Hey there, my name's Emily from Searching for Squatchy, and today I am talking all about how to plan and prepare for your camping trips in the year 2021. We're Em and Cy, and we can't wait to take you along on our adventures while we're searching for Squatchy. In this video, I'm going to break down the 2 steps to planning and preparing for your camping trips for this coming year. Now, the first step is to actually plan out what kind of trips you want to take, and the keyword is want to take, because if anything we learned last year, we know that not everything we plan for will actually happen. Now, the second part to planning and preparing for your trips is actually creating a lot of packing lists. Now, I am kind of a packing list junkie. I love creating lists and organizing things, and I can't wait to show you exactly how I do all of that to stay organized, to make packing actually easier and go by quicker and have less stress. So let's dive in first into actually planning out what kind of trips you want to take. So when my husband and I sit down to kind of dream and plan about our trips for the coming year, we like to think about 2 different things, meaning places we want to go, places we want to see, but then also activities we want to do. You might not actually be able to go the places that you really want to go this coming year, but you might be able to still do the activities just closer to home or, in a different way than you were expecting. There are still ways to get the experiences and enjoy the adventure without necessarily having to go to the places that are on your bucket list. When you are going to actually write things down on your calendar, you want to keep a couple things in mind. First, you want to think about how much vacation time, paid time off, or unpaid leave that you can take for this coming year and factor that in. The reason we want to do this is you want to be smart with the bigger trips that you want to take and be realistic with where you can go and what you can expect on what kind of bigger or further away trips. Because when you are going further away from home, you're going to need to factor in drive time and things like that maybe a weekend or a long weekend holiday, that's not going to necessarily cut it for you to be able to actually go and enjoy the adventure wherever you're going. Now, the second and third major thing to think about besides vacation time is to think about how much money that you have to devote to your traveling and your camping trips and your adventures, and also what kind of gear that you need. Those 2 kind of go hand in hand, because if you are going to need extra gear, you're going to need to make sure you have the finances to cover that. So when we look ahead to put activities and adventures out on our calendar, we also take into consideration what is the gear that we need to actually be able to accomplish that. If you're camping closer to home or just staying in campgrounds, then you can get by with less gear than if you're going out on the backcountry, if you're going overlanding, if you are going on a really long, multi-day driving excursion, going to be, driving off-road, 4x4ing, and all of that. You might need different kinds of gear, and also think about what kind of activities you want to do and the gear that you'll need for that. So after you make your bucket list for your travel experiences and activities that you want to do and places you want to see, think about how much time you have to take off this year, how much money you'll need for all of those trips, and what kind of gear you'll need. Then comes the fun part. Well, it's fun to me anyway. Packing lists. Now, your packing list is going to be something that evolves and changes over time, and you will just get better and better at it. Now, I will say, even if it's the smallest thing that you think, I don't need to pack that, I don't need to remember to bring my wallet, you got to put it on the list. You're going to forget to bring your wallet. We did before, and we had to turn around and go get it. It's like those things that you think that you'll never forget. You just have to put them on the packing list so that they'll always be accounted for, so that you can have peace of mind. Now, I will show you how I do my packing list. I use the program called ClickUp. It's a free software that you can download on any kind of device or just use over the internet. and I have created a couple different templates, one for creating my travel plans and my bucket list and different travels that we want to do, one specifically for camping food, which is really important when you love to cook. And I have it all kind of organized, as you can see, where I have breakfast, dinner, and dessert, and then I have them all labeled based off of what kind of equipment I need. So whether that's cooking over a campfire, you know, some places where you're camping, fires are restricted, so you obviously won't be able to make that meal or cook it in that specific way, namely my Dutch oven. But then you also have some meals that are more for truck camping or car camping, and you can't necessarily bring that into the backcountry if you're backpacking or, you know, needing to be very, very light and you're not having a cooler and stuff like that. Now onto the packing list, my favorite part. So I keep a couple different packing lists and in a couple different sections. The first section I'm going to talk about is all about your gear bags. Now I like to have things organized in either like bags, dry bags, or totes, bins that I can easily store in my storage closet that has all my gear in it, or just be able to take it right from there and put it into the truck and not have to worry about things getting disorganized in the truck. Everything kind of has a place and then it stays organized, which is so important when you're out on the road for a long time and things kind of get shuffled around and you're looking for essential items. The other two essential lists that I have is my before we go list, which is just a few last minute items I'll go over, but then also your ultimate packing list. And then I like to create a third that's called ultimate bags packing list. Now in the ultimate bags list, that is everything from toiletries to clothing bags, depending on the kind of season, and also like my hiking bag and my basically like go bag when I put everything, like, you know, my wallet. I like to keep that separately just because in ClickUp I have different checklists and it's just a little bit easier to merge it, which I will show you. The ultimate packing list, you can basically just duplicate them and then add them together and create one master list for your trip. As you can see, I have these Colorado ski packing lists. We were supposed to go to Colorado. That trip got postponed, which you might have seen about in other videos. But so the 2020, that didn't happen. So we're gonna put that in the past trips right now. And then the 2021 Colorado ski packing list is my updated version of that. So in that packing list, I basically just took the ultimate truck packing list and the ultimate bags packing list, duplicated both of those and combined them into one, and then deleted the checklist from both of those that did not apply to this specific list. Then I go through and I look through any kind of items. I don't need bug spray or sunscreen really to go to Colorado for skiing. So I, you know, cross those off the list right away because I know I'm not going to be packing those. And then if there's anything else that you just off the bat are remembering that you want to bring for this specific trip that aren't on your ultimate list, add it and think about adding it to your ultimate packing list as well. And then in future, why I like doing this in ClickUp is not only does it make it easy to go through and duplicate your ultimate packing list, but if you save all of your past trips, you can actually duplicate those old past trips. And you know, if you're repeating the same kind of trip, just go off of that exact packing list and just duplicate that, and then you can go right off of it, and it saves you time from writing things down on paper or printing things off. It's just really easy to access it from any device. So I really like using an app, and ClickUp makes it really easy to duplicate things. And that's how I prepare for my camping adventures and trips for the new year. And I really hope that you guys are enjoying dreaming about the kinds of trips that you'll take this year and holding on to them loosely with expectations that, you know, things might come up. You might get sick or get quarantined and not be able to go, or there might be travel restrictions, but you can always find adventure close to home. With that being said, leave a comment below and tell me what kind of trip you are hoping to take this year or where you're planning to go, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.